This is what USA is saying against that, and they are warning the president of Ghana seriously not to sign the bill, which means that if the president signs the bill, there's not going to be foreign support. The USA is going to get rid of supporting nothing. They have nothing to do with what we call Ghanaians again. Number two, no visa. Ghanaians can no longer travel to the USA to find greener pastures and other stuff. So now, let's go straight to the point. Let's see what the USA is saying.
We have made very clear what our opinion is on that law. You can look at my statement yesterday, and we have made that clear in private conversations with the government of Ghana as well. I don't think I should get any more specific than that. But if this bill becomes law, it would certainly have a chilling effect on foreign investment and tourism in Ghana. You've seen that same chilling effect bear fruit in Uganda, which passed a very similar law in the past. And I can say that should the bill pass, it would potentially have ramifications on U.S. assistance in the country.
Sure.
And United Nations too is giving the same warning, calling the president not to sign the bill.
Passage in the Ghanaian Parliament of the so-called Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill 2024 is profoundly disturbing. The bill broadens the scope of criminal sanctions against lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, transsexual, and queer people simply for being who they are. We call for the bill not to become law. We urge the Ghanaian government to take steps to ensure that everyone can live free from violence, stigma, and discrimination, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender identity.
So now, what is the anti-LGBTQ plus that Parliament have decided in Ghana?
With the submissions just made by the Honorable and the Apia Kubi, that all the 275 are in support of the bill. Anybody who disagrees, be on your feet and I will recognize
you. This simply means that any Ghanaian who is found of campaigning to support gay, lesbianism, bisexuality, transgender, Q+, the person will be jailed for 5 years. And any individuals who engage in gay, practically doing gay and lesbianism, are going to be jailed for 10 years. This is the anti-LGBTQ plus bill, which USA is warning and threatening Ghanaians not to sign the bill. Let's see what our parliament is saying, and let's see what some judge is also saying.
I asked you 2 weeks ago on Newsfile to show me what part of the Constitution of Ghana, the 1992 Constitution, gives people rights based on sexual preferences. You can't just come on national TV and say that people have rights. Rights are defined in Ghana's constitution. And this also deals with the misinformation put out by Dr. Amanda Odoi. Rights are defined in the constitution. Even the right to life can and will be curtailed by the state on certain grounds and basis. All the rights in the 1992 constitution are premised on the fact that they are not injurious to public safety, public health, and public morality. It is clear that the proponents of this pro-LGBTQ agenda read the Constitution in bits and pieces and omit certain parts. Because if you read the 1992 Constitution that you say gives you rights or gives the people you advocate for rights, did you read the Constitution to realize that rights can be curtailed on the basis of public morality? And do you understand what morality and public morality is? Do you understand what public health is? Dr. Amanda Odoi admits that in the course of their work, they have to deal with people who are at risk because of their sexual activities. And you don't think that that constitutes public health? And again, the misinformation. I don't know if she's referring to the bill that myself and my colleagues have authored. But you see, people have created their own impression of the bills and are fostering their misinformation and miseducation on people. First and foremost, I mean, several of the claims she's made here that you can't go and apply for a job. Why? When you're going to apply for a job, does anybody ask you who you slept with in your bedroom? Am I the one asking LGBTQ practitioners to define themselves by their sexuality? What happens in the confine of your bedroom remains the business of you and your partner. Nobody's coming into your bedroom to find out what's going on. But when you decide to define yourself by what is supposed to be your private sexual preference, then it becomes a matter of public policy, and public policy will apply to it. And if this is all about funding for you I am more interested in the sanctity of Ghanaian children and not the funds that you receive to do what you claim is academic research. You travel to countries like Qatar. Some of you travel to Qatar. Some of you travel to Saudi Arabia. And when you go there, you abide by the laws there. You just showed Nigeria. Nigeria's punishment is 15 years. Yet they go to Nigeria, they go to these countries and respect the law there. But think that Ghana should become a jungle because we think that we are Yesuyatra, because we think that we are so liberal. The Americans who are funding you, in American states, they are passing legislation to curb LGBTQ. 2 days ago, Tennessee passed legislation in his house that banned the flying of even the flags. They've not just banned the activity, you can't even fly the flags in public schools right now. They're protecting their children. And so what they are rejecting in their own countries, you want to come and impose it here. In the United States, 27 out of their 50 states have laws that ban one form or the other LGBTQ. That's more than 50% of their states. And yet you want to paint a picture that you are so academic. How academic are you? Are you the places you are getting the funding from? In their own home countries, the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, is pointing out that homosexuality makes a person 400 times, a homosexual person is 400 times more likely to abuse substance and be an alcoholic and be a drug abuser than a heterosexual person. And it constitutes a health crisis. A homosexual person is 400 times more suicidal than a heterosexual person. Not me, the CDC. It says that a man who has sex with another man is 400 times more likely to get HIV/AIDS than a heterosexual man. And you think that this is something that we should allow you advocate for in the name of academic freedoms? Well, rights are definite. And I'll be glad for you to go and test the law in court and show to the courts what rights you are defending. And you see, let me just wrap up with this, Aisha, because I'm sure you want to bring in a few other people. It's extremely important that we understand that in this country, nobody is marginalizing any group of people. And Michael makes that point, that why do we need this law? Because you have Section 104 of the Criminal Offences Act. Well, maybe, Michael, you should go and read the Attorney General's memo to Parliament. In that memo, the Attorney General actually applauded us because Section 104, if you read Section 104 in light of the Supreme Court's ruling in Banusin versus the Republic 2014, where natural carnal knowledge is defined by our Supreme Court, you realize that Section 104 is discriminatory because it cannot apply to lesbians because it talks about penetration, and lesbians do not have a natural organ for penetration. And so the Attorney General is unable to prosecute any female engaged in lesbianism under Section 104. And so when you have a law that is 1960, which at the time was dealing with what was the known form of homosexuality, and today you have transgenders, you have all kinds of insane perversions being bandied around as lifestyles, and we are making our laws representative of it. You say, why are we doing that?
The president is yet to sign that. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's on the table of the president. Will the president sign the bill following what the USA is threatening Ghanaians at the moment? And there's going to be deportation. And therefore, as it happens to the Ugandans in 2023, June 16th, received an update that Uganda's officials have been restricted of visa traveling to the USA. It's just simple. USA is still enforcing that Ghana should accept gay and lesbianism. So what is your reaction? Whilst the bill is yet to sign by the president to be confirmed that individuals who engage in gay lesbianism are going to be jailed and sanctioned for 10 years, and those who support and campaign to support gay lesbianism are going to be jailed for 5 years. Now, signing the bill, number one, you can no longer travel to the USA because that is what happened to Ugandan officials in June 2023, which we received an update from the media that Ugandan officials have been restricted and no visa for them traveling to the USA, which means it's also going to happen in Ghana. Now, and then the other thing is that no foreign support such as investment, because in 2022, 211 million US dollars was given by the USA as foreign investment to Ghana, now to support in agriculture and other activities. So now Ghana to pass anti-LGBTQ plus means that these support are going to be taken off. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take you through what the United Nations are also saying, warning the president and calling the president not to sign the bill. The story is not clear to me. There are so many things that is happening in our community we don't even know here, there or that. Because what do you think? Should the president sign the bill or the president shouldn't sign the bill? This is something serious. I don't know why these things are happening in our community just in such like this. Now, let's take it out there to Sam George. Sam George, like there is actually sense in it. He was saying that immorality, our constitution should be respected. There should be democracy. And you shouldn't look at where you are going to benefit and let bad things happen in your community. Immorality is something we should not engage in, because over the Ghanaian setting, about 70% are Christians, and then the other percentage reflect to be Muslims. And when that happens, this is serious, which means that we should allow gay lesbianism to happen in our community. What is your point of view, man? I actually don't understand why this pressure should be given to the Africans. Look, it's time Africans comes together as one nation and see how they can build their continent together, create an environment where we can also function without the support of the outside world. Because if these things are happening, number one, you try to let people sign a bill accepting gay, lesbianism, whatever. In our community, we said no, and you are saying no foreign support, no visa and receipts, as happened to the Ugandan officials in June 2023. If this is also going to happen to Ghanaians, the next African country, they will inject you the same thing. Which means, look, it is better Africa we come together and start building a future of our own, create an avenue, create an environment where we can benefit of our own more, and rather than depending only in the outside world, so that law enforcement should not be, our constitution should be working and dictating for us, not foreign constitutions. It's something that we should be critical about it, because some things are there is absolutely not right, man. Because you are not supposed to force someone and what's like be present on your way. Because now if this is happening gradually, foreign investment, that means all African countries that are going to be engaged in to signing a bill to accept gay and lesbianism, if they refuse, this is going to be applicable laws to them and sanctions to them. Now it's of high time that Africa, we start to build our city of our own, build a place of our own, build a home of our own, where people will be interested in also coming to seek for greener pastures in our continent. But if Africans still do not get the concept of trying to build a future of their own, and yet trying to still depend on the outside world forever and ever, things will not go right. We don't have, yes, we have to work on how to get it. We have to learn on how to do it. We have to learn on how to mobilize it ourselves. We have a lot of resources in our society. We can convert it into usable goods, and we can do a lot of things. Yes, but if we are reluctant and aloof about situations, the time will come that we cannot talk and call for ourselves. This now look like, it's an imposement, force and other stuff. But I don't know. What is your point of view? What do you think? Must things be done this way or the other way? Gay lesbianism. Do you support gay? Do you support lesbianism? Must this be happening? We are living in a country where there is peace, love, everybody injects well. We don't have any issues. But now that things are going to be changed, gay should be legalized in our community, it's going to cause a lot of chaos, and then things won't work out by the end of the day. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, this is why we brought to you today what the USA is saying, what the UN is saying, and what our parliament have decided. And now, what do you think? Should the president go ahead to sign the bill despite the sanctions that are going to be imposed by the USA? Yes. And then, should the president not sign the bill and then we enjoy those benefits? And what is your point of view? Come to the comment section. Let's see the truth reactions about things that will serve our community. Yes, so ladies and gentlemen, I bring to the end of it here, and then any update, any feel concern about anything, I'll bring it up to you today. So kindly hit on the subscribe button, like the video. If you have any questions, come to the comment section. Let's vibe together. So see you next time. Bye.